I never decided to become an artist. I just never quit being one. When I grew up, the area of West Peoria where I grew up was township, and it was still quite rural. But I did have the chance to go wander about. And against all parental directions, my buddies and I would disappear into the woods. And so a lot of what matters in my brain is woods and thickets and river. I had not so good arts education. This was in the 50s, and I was 23 before I ever actually took an art class. I was 19 before I ever actually went into an art gallery. And then there's a sad side to it, and that is the only professionally trained male artist in my area was this guy who beat his wife, beat his dog, beat his kids, and he was on my paper route. He'd try to beat me out of money all the time. And so what happened was my parents decided that if you become a professional artist, professionally trained, you're going to end up like this man. And I tell you, that functioned in my brain till I was in my 30s. It made it really difficult to go to art school. But I couldn't resist, so I kept drawing. There were too many kids in the family, so nobody could actually control me, and I had woods to go play in. All right, what more do you want out of life? I got fortunate. And basically, my wife of today was the girlfriend in high school. And she wanted to become a teacher. And we moved to Bloomington so she could go to ISU. And then we were going to boogie out, and I would go anywhere, Kuala Lumpur, I don't care, just anywhere but here. Finally, you start looking at a place like Bloomington, and as it over and over again, people say, it's easy. This is an easy place to raise kids. It's an easy place to be an artist. And as a consequence, you can feel part of stuff. Participate. My wife, Pam, and I do not agree on very much. But we have managed to make it through, in part because I think both of us at our core have that sense that we are to participate and not inhibit other participation. Tiny things are necessary, not major things. Small little things, if you're participating. And I'm just thinking that maybe there's an aura about the whole thing that says it's easy. It's not wonderful, it's not great, it's not stupendous, it's not outlandish, but it is easy. So that's why I stay here. How do I characterize myself? ADD, come on, you don't need any more than 3 letters, all right? And, you don't even have to be good at spelling. What basically happened for a long time was very upsetting, and that I could not focus myself on getting a body of work that would appeal to galleries, that would get me a teaching gig or whatever have you. I had volumes, stacks of stuff done. The one nice thing about that was that when I had another idea, okay. When I was getting out of graduate school, I was doing this series of things that was based on a circus idea. And I ended up with this scribble on my wall of these 2 characters that you could see them, it looked like there was a man and a woman. I thought, well, that's kind of cool. This is the ADD brain. Click, boom, I go that direction. The woman I always gave this sort of elegance to, but you can't see what her face looks like, because she's kind of perfect. And the guy, he would often have a mask on, so you didn't know what he looked like, but he was also kind of a doofus. He seldom moves out of that. As I've been doing this now for 35 years or something, he's actually become less the doofus and more just, trying to stumble through and find a way. The landscape, it's a character. I spent quite a few years wandering the Mackinac River painting. In my whole life, that would be the one time if you met me out there when you would find and say, oh man, he's like the smiling Buddha. I was like, ooh. But throughout the whole thing, there's always been this idea of narration, kind of drama, if you want to have it that way, storytelling, if you want to have it that way. I like it when I sell them, and I have sold several of them, but I don't really care. It's like, oh, I actually did this. I often tell people, if I really wanted my art to be good, okay, what I'd do is every day I'd have detachable hands and I'd throw them in the studio. Then I go, watch a ball game, drink some coffee, sit around and not do anything, and then come back and my hands would have produced it, That's the way I look at it, because I don't think of myself as actually being all that important, that this guy, whatever this is. But I do think that what my hands do, as like I said, almost like a pull them off, detachable element of me, allowing them to just start doing stuff, that's what matters. People are very kind to me, and I am often puzzled, like, I don't think I'm that good of a person. Most artists have depression issues. There's that sense of some trauma, ill-defined. Just growing up is trauma enough. And you end up with this bad definition of yourself that isn't really true. I know it's not actually true, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. But one of the things that I've always thought of is, oh, but I can do things, or these things, can go out in the world and do things. And so in many ways it's really good, because I only have to take care of them. All my life, I would scribble like this. I'd scribble thoughts, okay, worth every nickel that's in this 3x5 card, okay? And I thought, if a guy had any sense, he would put all those thoughts together in a comprehensive fashion. So I didn't tell my wife, I didn't tell my kids, I didn't tell my friends, I didn't tell anybody. I just would come down here to the gallery, and I digested it all. And mixed into that was, I love Hamlet, the play. I just always, this seems to me just this perfection. I always was puzzled. They'd always show Hamlet, but actually what they're showing is Yorick's skull. And I got thinking, maybe it's Yorick we should pay attention to. So I started writing, basically I wrote Yorick's biography. I just came up with Yorick's world. And then he ends up coming back to life. And he travels for 400 years, and he ends up living out here in the Illinois Prairie. My DNA, my genetics, basically gives me 20 years more. Not all of that now. Every day clicks past. And I'm really trying to look at, if I do something, do I really want to do it? Is that what I'd really want to do with the last 20 years of my life? And I realized I'm 76 years old, and one of my daughters said, well, Dad, what do you want on your tombstone? I thought, oh. But you know, I got thinking about it one time, and what do people say? And what would be truthful? And I just want to have on the tombstone, he made things. That's what it was. That's what it is. You know, he made things.